What's today? Today is Sunday. And I feel emotionless. If it was not for my kids and my little bit of family, I believe I really wouldn't be here. But my kids push me. They push me to keep going because I want them to be better than what I was. I must admit the snow is very depressing. It keeps you in the house. And it's like I hate being in this house. I love to be able to get out and work. But as y'all know, we got all that snow. So I don't drive in snow. Then I have some other issues. Just don't do the snow. I noticed that I have to be careful who I surround myself around. Like, I just realized this. I need to be more precautious about who I let in my life, who I let in my comfort zone, because certain people is just not good for your health, period. I won't say no names, but certain people is just not good for you. You think that they have your best wealth. You think they have your best interest in mind, but really, in reality, it's all for their own selfish purposes that they fuck with you. Even though you may have a good heart, everybody else don't have a good heart. I don't really let too many people in my circle. I try to keep it. This bump is really irritating me. And it's going to be so big because I'm picking with it. I really don't let too many people in my circle because I just don't. Because I feel like they're not good for my health. And at the end, I'll always be right. They're never good. So, when I go through different shit, I don't be mad. I don't be mad like a lot of people think I be mad and bitter. But I don't be mad and bitter because it's just each situation I go through is just a lesson. It's a lesson for me to learn. So I won't keep making the same stupid ass mistakes over and over again. One of my lessons is if I'm not growing in a situation, I notice I can't stay stable. I always have to keep moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. I don't know why I'm like that, but I just can't be still. I always gotta keep moving because as soon as I be still, my mood changes so quick. So I have to keep myself busy and I have to keep moving and moving. Even relationship wise, I can't be in a relationship that has no growth or no production. It's like after a while I'll be like, what is you doing? This is pointless. You wasting your time. And I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. I see it as both. It could be a good thing because it allows you not to settle if there is no growth. You won't just stay stuck because you can't. You require more. You require growth. And it could be a bad thing because, you don't want to rush nobody into nothing. But at the same time, you got to think about your own feelings and your own wants and needs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of somebody else's wants and needs if they're not thinking about mine. I'm kind of like a giving person, so as much as I give, I kind of expect the same back. And if I'm with like someone who doesn't give the equal amount that I give, I can't do it. I can't. Because what's the point of you giving, and the person is taking, and it just makes you feel like, what's the purpose? So I think this year is going to be the year that I'm going to be, it probably is not healthy to be completely alone, but I think I need to be alone for this whole year. And maybe next year I'll be open for something new. But for this year, I am like, I have a sign closed until further notice. I don't want to fuck with anyone. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to keep to myself until I can figure out who is best for me, who has my best interest. Because most of the time, these people don't have your best interest. They only trying to get what they want to get out of you. If it's making their situation comfortable to use you, they will. So I'm making the decision and the choice to be, what's a good word for it? To be, isolated, I want to say. I won't be isolated. Like, I just keep to myself. I don't really want to be bothered with nobody. I think that would be like best for me right now, because I realize like a lot of people cannot handle my severe mood swings. You know, I run into a lot of people that talk about they understand, you know what I'm saying, what I be going through as far as the bipolarness and the mood swings and the insomnia and the anxiety and the up and down. You know, it's a lot of, I spoke to two people that said they go through the same thing, and they're not black, they're white. And it's crazy because you don't find too many people that can identify with what you're going through. Most of the time, people don't really care. They just make up their own assumptions like, oh, you just being this and you just being that. No, I'm not. Who would actually want to go through this for real? Like, seriously. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It makes it hard for you to get along with people. I can't get along with people at all. I had went to this place called West Point the other day, and me and this lady, we just started talking. And it was crazy. Like, I don't know why I was just drawn to talk to her, but we started talking, and I started telling her about certain things, and she was like, wow. She was like, I'm going to tell you something. She was like, I don't know how to say the word, but she said she was a paranormal something, which means she dealt in like exorcism and shit like that. And before she had even told me that, I had told her some things, some very personal things that, you know what I'm saying, that has happened to me. And I don't really like talking about it to nobody because I don't want people to think that I'm like, cool. But for whatever reason, I started talking to this lady. She completely understood. And she told me, she said, it's not you. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And she asked me, did I have something that happened to me tragically? And I said, yeah, I did. And she told me, she said, well, normally when people have accidents, like tragic accidents, it opens up a certain door for you to see things that are not accepted. I don't know. I think that's the best way I could say it. And all this time, I was thinking like the doctors used to tell me, oh, it was the medication you were on. Oh, you were this, you were that. And then in my head, I was like, no, I wasn't. I really like seeing certain things that is not normal of this earth. But that lady that I spoke to at West Point Barbecue understood everything that I was saying. And I'm like, it feels so good to talk to some people that can understand where you're coming from instead of arguing with you about how you are. They can understand, yeah, this is what's happening to you, and this is what's happening to you. She told me, she said, on Mother's Day, she said, don't cry on Mother's Day. She said, go out, buy something for your mom, and celebrate Mother's Day because she's with you. And I actually really do believe that. Sometimes I really do feel like I feel my mom. But you can't talk about that with people. They'll be like, bitch, you crazy. Your mom is dead. But spiritual wise, I don't know. I don't want to sound crazy. That's the thing. You don't want to sound crazy because people will take what you're saying and just twist it all the way around. But sometimes I do feel my mom, and then sometimes I do think she does stuff to get my attention, to let me know that, hey, my spirit is still here. You are not alone. So that's the biggest thing that bothers me in my life, is my mom being gone. That's why I started YouTubing and talking about it, because I didn't have friends to talk to. I didn't have family members. I had my sister, but that's about it. I didn't have friends or, you know what I'm saying, family members to talk about. I'm not going to counseling. I'm not about to talk to a stranger about how I feel. What does she know? So that's why I started this channel, to talk about how I feel on certain days. And I believe on certain days it's going to be bad. That's why I hop on here and record it. So then when I do get well, I can look back and I can be like, oh yeah, I remember that day. If I repeat myself, I apologize. I had a stroke, so sometimes I don't always remember what I say, you know. But today, if I had to choose on a level of depression, meaning 10 is the worst and 1 is the best, I would have to say I'm like a... Wait. I think I messed up. 10 being the worst. No. 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. I would have to say I'm like at a 5 or a 6. I rate my mood swings, or my whatever you call it. Some days are good, some days are bad. But like I said, most of the time I think it's because of who you surround yourself around. If you surround yourself around negativity, then you're going to experience negativity. If you surround yourself around positive, then you're going to be positive. Right now, there's nobody surrounded around me, so it's just me. I'm predicting my own mood swings, so I don't know. Every day, all I want to do is sleep. I don't want to be bothered with nobody except for my kids. I have to get up and do for them, but other than that, don't want to be bothered with nothing. No friends, no relationships, no nothing. Just leave me alone. That's how I feel.